Hello again, my name's Ray Stoner. This is the Church of the Muzzle Flash. What we're going to talk about for a few minutes here, Mr. Drake Bailey came in, he stopped by, and Mr. Bailey is a Vietnam veteran. He's been very much involved over the last 4 or 5 years with Veterans Affairs and problems that he's encountered not only personally, but problems that he and his associates have run into in their dealing with the Veterans Administration as veterans. Would you like to elaborate a little bit, Mr. Bailey, on something that I've said here, or am I kind of covering the material?
Well, you sort of covered the basics of it, but you can't do a broad spectrum. The problem you've got with veterans issues is that most veterans don't know what's available to them. And whatever the reason for that, whether the VA and DOD don't have the money and don't want to spend it or don't want them to know so they can get the benefits, I don't know specifically. I have not been told that. However, I do know that I've talked to a lot of Iraqi, Afghanistan veterans, and they're not aware that they can get compensation for things like post-traumatic stress disorder, which is better known as PTSD, and the auxiliary benefits of education. Now, in my particular case, I was bumping along in technical school trying to get an applied science of electrical engineering degree, and was almost done with the course, and the VA decided that my time limit was up and cut me off. Hopefully that sort of thing is not happening today to these people, but they didn't used to have benefits at all because they were reservists or National Guard. The new GI Bill, I can say, has addressed a bunch of those problems. To go along with that, the funding has come up considerably. Now, there's some things that I disagree with the manner in which they're done, such as automatic and intentionally permanent and profound denials of benefits, period. First time through, you don't get squat, you get a no, and then you have to have an arbiter like VFW or AMVETS or somebody like that try to help you out. Sometimes you can just simply go to a VA service officer and get some things straightened out that way. However, I just fell across some news. As you know, I kind of look around on the internet a lot, and came across some information from a friend talking about some $25 million in bonuses paid out by the VA to people who work there.
Yes, I saw about that. That was quite a thing of notoriety on the internet, and I have to ask, how could this possibly have happened when we have all these people here locally in Sarasota County sleeping under the bridges and not knowing that even these benefits are available?
Exactly. This is the tack that I've taken. I give out cards with my name and number so people can get in touch with me. You want VA benefits, I'll try to help you get that. I'll steer you to a service officer who really knows what's going on, tell you what you got to take the first time so you can initiate things correctly. And in general, like if you need a ride or something, I might be able to do that. But the deal with the bonuses, to me, is similar to what's happened with the banking system. Everybody's got free cash and we can give it away, and there it goes. I don't know who's going to be held accountable, but I've gotten in touch with Paul Rickoff, one of the founders of the IVAV, and expressed to him the problem, and hopefully we'll be able to resolve something through his contacts. I don't know yet. To me, I don't think it's right when you're short on funding and you're not taking care of the problems, as you say, people living under bridges or being homeless or having other problems, not being employable because of something that the military trained you to become and didn't tell you how not to do that when you came back home, and things of this nature. I've tried to address these problems in a lot of ways, as I said, try to help people, etc. One of the things I did was develop a treatment system that takes care of all of the symptoms of PTSD. Now, post-traumatic stress disorder is a permanent condition. DOD and VA and the psychiatric community are well aware of this, but what they don't do is give a stand down that gives the individual the tools necessary for them to personally take care of their problems with some, of course, say reminder sheets or something like this. I worked with you on this program, and thanks to you, I was able to define it well. I'm not as good a writer as Mr. Stoner, but the basis of it is all simple, commonsensical, do it yourself, and the more you do it, the more automatic it becomes. You get a funny noise that sets you off, like you go, woo, okay. You identify not only the noise as being harmless, as some little kid with a toy or something, you also recognize in your head that you don't take any definitive action. Nothing right then. You wait. You cause for a pause, and that is so you don't do something stupid like grab the kid or try to jump under the trash can. So, consequently, what I'm looking at doing overall is to present this to as many veterans as would be, able to listen to it.
Well, that's most admirable that you're taking this to the people that are in need of this. And another thing that I think that needs to be addressed in view of these large amounts of money that these people voted for themselves as bonuses is, what about all the people that are on active duty? Their families are on food stamps and on welfare. And then after they get discharged, they go out and they get hired by an outfit like Blackwater, and they get $4 or $5 grand a day for what they were getting paid $1,000 a month for when they were on active duty. Would you care to comment on that?
Yeah. If you would take the basic contracts and offer a differential between the pay scales and make that a contribution by the contractor, that might shorten the leash on a whole lot of things. I think it'd help a lot. Now, I had an interesting email from another fellow veteran that stated that he took home something a little less than $11,000, and he's supposed to support a family on that. This is active duty troop. Okay, and the reason he stated this was because somebody with a big mouth, I believe it was in New York, stated something to the effect that a 13% pay raise was absolutely ridiculous. Okay, well, I would like to take that person and hand him a rifle and say, stand in Iraq and tell me how ridiculous it is.
Well, especially in view of the fact that the senators and the congressmen and everything else have their own health insurance program, and they get their own automatic raises, and the troop that is in the field is denied this raise now because it's inflationary and we can't afford to do that. At the same time, we're spending trillions in bailing out these mega banks, and the small banks are all failing. It seems to me that we have our priorities very definitely mixed up here in this country. Would you agree?
Absolutely. The basis of the economy is two things. One is free cash. Now, by free cash, I mean pocket money that you can afford to spend without hurting yourself. Okay. Number two, the way you get that is by jobs, and nobody is addressing the job situation.
Exactly.
And the job situation continues to deteriorate, and the credit market, even though it shows on the scales as improving, isn't. People are paying off their credit cards, paying down their debt as much as they can, and saving a little bit because they're scared. Now, the real interesting part about it all is the fluff right now in the economic market. The stock market has been going up. Well, I'd like to know, if you do not have an active economy, in other words, people are not spending money, I'd like to know how, without jobs, they're supposed to make an improvement. Then the other thing is the funny numbers. You just got done talking about numbers a couple of minutes ago, and the funny number is the unemployment. If you do not participate in the system, they don't count you. The last I heard was that we were at 20% going towards 24% in actual real unemployment. This is the same kind of numbers you had back in the roaring 20s when the stock market went in the toilet. So, and investments are showing the same kind of thing. Artificial inflation in 3032, same deal.
Well, this playing with these numbers seems to be a constant thing.